Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video. In this video I'm gonna talk about something not many people actually research and not everyone knows, and that is Chrome DevTools. And I'm making this video because I realized how many people actually don't know how to use these DevTools and how many people struggle in doing client-side work. So I'm gonna explain really briefly how everything works in the client-side stuff, in the JavaScript, how to look at everything here, and I guess how you can edit everything. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So before actually starting looking at the DevTools of Chrome, you have to realize that Chrome and Firefox are two separate things. So if I go to google.com here and then I open the Chrome DevTools tab and the Firefox DevTools, those are two separate things, and they both have pros and cons. So I would say that pros of Chrome is that it's extremely good at doing client-side work. It has a lot of features that Firefox doesn't have or lacks, and Chrome DevTools are just more stable. I really like the debugger on Chrome DevTools instead of sources. At least for me, it is a little bit easier to work here, but what I would suggest to you is that you should use Firefox when you are doing server-side work, and you should use Google Chrome when you are doing client-side work. Because in my case, Chrome DevTools are way better for client-side work, and Chrome has more extensions. And Firefox is also good, but it's a little bit worse, I would say. So Firefox is extremely good for doing server-side work. I use both, but yeah. So let's actually start going through every single one of these tabs. So to open DevTools, I believe you can press like F12 or something like that, or Ctrl-Shift-I, that's what I opened it with. Or you can just press Ctrl-Shift-C, and then you can select the element on a page. So if I scroll down here, Ctrl-Shift-C, as you can see this box lighted up, and I can just click on like this image here, and then we can see this image that we have here. So first of all, let's actually talk about the Elements tab. And as you probably know, in the Elements tab, you have all the elements of the page, all the HTML, and you can inspect everything here. This is basically the same stuff that you see on the page source if you press on Ctrl-U. But we can see that we have Elements tab here. I'm just gonna explain how to use this really quickly. If you, for example, let's say I'm on this image, if I right click, I have a lot of options here. I can edit attribute, I can add attribute, I can edit as HTML, and for example add like on load equals to, let's say, console.log, please subscribe, and then it should work. Let's edit this, and then it's yeah, as you can see, it's console logged. So yeah, you can actually just edit the elements, you can add elements. So if I wanted to add something to this div, I can click on add attribute, and then actually I like just editing HTML and adding something myself. So h1 test, I didn't add it, I pressed on escape. So yeah, whatever, I'm not gonna talk about this right now. So yeah, so this is basically how you can add attributes, how you can remove attributes, and this is pretty self-explanatory. One thing that's really interesting here is when you're doing client-side work, you are gonna want to examine some kind of an element, and with this Elements tab, it's extremely easy. As you can see here, near the element, we can see like the end of the script tag, and then equals to $0. And if we select other elements, we can also see the $0. So what's going on here? So if we click on the three dots here, I think, and we can open this control drawer, or we can just press on escape, we can see that we have this console here. And let me just clear everything here. And the $0 basically just references this element. So if I type in, let's say, $0, we can see that it is the script element that I am on right now. If I, for example, go and select this div element and type in $0, then we can see this is the div element. So it's actually really extremely easy to look at the elements on the page via this dollar reference. And also this really helps to navigate through, for example, iframes. If I go to amazon.com, I think it has some iframes, not really sure, let's look here. Iframe, does it have any iframes? Yeah, you can see here it has this iframe. I think it's only one iframe, but let's clear the console here. So usually what you want to do when you're doing with iframes, what you're probably going to do is you're going to do like frames and then like 0, and then as we can see, this is the frame of this page. And if there are a lot of frames, you would go 1, 2, or you can actually just right click on the frame, and you can also store it as global variable, and then the temp1 variable is going to be the frame. But what's going to make it really easy for you, if you know this stuff, you can just select the element and type in $0, and then you can see the same iframe. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that I would like to talk about is right side here, and on the right side we can see some CSS that we can edit, remove, toggle, disable, whatever. Computed CSS as well, layout, not really important. Event listeners are important, and for example, you can find stuff like I don't know, let's go to the message. We have some kind of a reference to a message listener. So let's open this, and we can see some kind of post message here and on message, and we can see that something is being done here. So this is how you can find some event listeners on the page. DOM breakpoints, I'm going to talk about this later. Properties tab is what I want to talk about right now on the iframe. So let's say if you are going to, a lot of people actually would just open the console drawer, and because we have $0 reference to our iframe, they would just go $0 dot and then I guess select something from here. But a really cool panel is this properties tab, and we can see here a lot of the properties that we can use here. And this is pretty cool, as you can just basically inspect any element and their properties, and then just reference them in the console. So if I open the console, and let's see, we can see here all the I don't know, maybe the source is this Amazon page. So let's do source is equal to https example.com. Syntax error, expect a token. Yeah, so as you can see here, I changed the source, and we have somewhere example.com loaded here. I'm not really sure where, but whatever. So yeah, that's how you can use these properties. This is pretty cool. Accessibility, I don't use much, but yeah. So this is just a quick overview of the Elements tab, and now let's go to the console. The console is basically where you can execute any JavaScript here, so any JavaScript on the page, and you can do like console.log and some kind of a variable, hi, I don't know. You can also define some variables, edit the page. But one thing that a lot of people miss actually on the console page is this, as you can see here, those are different contexts where you can open the console in. So right now I'm in the top element of the page, and top is basically just the window that was open right away. So this is like the top element, but as we saw here, we have an iframe. If we want to go into that iframe, we would click on this, and then we would go down here to service worker, I guess, on Amazon. Oh, this is the example.com. I'm not really in the good iframe. So document.window, document.location. yeah, as we can see here, our location is example.com, and if we would do like top, we can see that the top is window, and of course our top is window. If there is a bit more nesting, I'm not really sure if we can go into this local switcher and we can write top here, top dot source, maybe top dot window. I think it's just going to open the window that we have here. But yeah, so a lot of people actually miss that you can control the kind of elements that are open here, and we have some good practice. If you just let's say you are debugging application and you want to like document.write here something, so a lot of times you are actually going to be on the top page, but sometimes when you are, I don't know, maybe inspecting some iframe, you might be dropped into some kind of other like other context here. So make sure to actually check out if you are on the top page or if you are debugging the element that you want. We have this tab where we can toggle errors. This is the clear console button. There are other stuff like filters. You can filter for stuff. This is just the live expression watch. So let's say test variable here, and let's create var test equals to hello, and as you can see here it says hello here, and we can just basically dynamically look how the page changes dynamically by watching some kind of an element. If I go to test equals to another, then we can see that it changed up here. So that's pretty cool. And I guess for console that's it. I'm not really sure what I should talk about more. I can speak a little bit more, but I want this video to not be super long. So let's move on to sources, which is one of the most important parts of DevTools. And in sources you can find all the JavaScript tools, JavaScript like files, you can find the CSS files, everything here, and you can do a lot of interesting stuff with the page. So let me just refresh the Amazon page here, and let's see, we have some JavaScript here. So let's try to, for example, I'm going to go to the top of this JavaScript, and then let's add a breakpoint. So a breakpoint is something really important to understand, and breakpoint is something that stops the execution of JavaScript when you want your breakpoint to hit. So let's say I'm refreshing this page now, and nothing happened. It actually hit right now. As you can see, this JavaScript file loaded, and this is something to be executed right now. So this just broke on this function here because I set a breakpoint. And what I can do here is I can debug the application. So let's say we are passing a package function to the function, so we can examine what it is if we want to. So let's look at the package function. It says it's not defined, so it's probably just null. What I can do if I wanted it to not be null is another really interesting topic of the sources tab and of the debuggers is debugging with some kind of a condition. So what I can do here, I can disable the breakpoints here. I'm going to execute the page. I'm going to right click here and then edit breakpoint, and as we can see, we can add some kind of an expression here. So what I can look for is, let's say if I want to only break on this if the package function is not null. So let's say if package function is not null, and then I think I can just do this, and then let's refresh the page. Let's see if it breaks. It didn't actually break because for some reason the package function is never assigned to anything. We can look at how stuff works. Can we find something that is actually being said here. Let's look at here. Not really seeing many like JavaScript files. Let's look at let's say wikipedia.com. Is there any JavaScript files we can examine? Let's see. We can see some JS files, index. Just trying to find something where I can showcase how this stuff works. Do when ready. Let's see here. I'm going to create a conditional breakpoint on here. Because it's just executing this, and let's say edit breakpoint. So let's say t is not equal to null. So if t is going to be something, then we are going to break on this. Let's refresh the page, and we didn't break on here. Let's see, let's just break here. Let's refresh. Is t set to anything here? So search language is not being not on the element list. So let's open this and then document.get element by ID search language. It actually is here. T. Do we have T? We don't have T. Not sure. Oh, it's because it's in this context, so probably I can create like a breakpoint here and then edit breakpoint, t is not equal to null. I hope this works. Let's continue, let's refresh the page, and right now we actually hit it here. And if we go to the console, I guess we can open the console here and select a watch point on t, and t is equal to something here. Select search language. This is equals to this element. But yeah, that's how we can set some conditional breakpoints, and these can become complicated really quickly. So if you want a video going to more depth in this, then you can leave a comment down below. But yeah, this is how you edit your breakpoints. You can also just do, for example, if let's do console.log hello, and then semicolon if t is not null, and then every time t is not null, we are going to console.log hello. So let's actually try this. I refresh the page. Let's see. Is t now null? Test. Let's write something here. We didn't actually hit the breakpoint right now. If t is not equal to null. 1 second here. Let's do this, refresh the page. We actually hit this breakpoint right now. So edit breakpoint, console.log hello. Refresh the page. We don't actually hit it. Not sure what's happening here. But definitely, if you want to see more depth going into the DevTools, then please make sure to leave a comment. But yeah, these are just quick overruns of the breakpoints. We also have some important stuff here. For example, if we go to breakpoint here, we can see that we have this call stack, and we can go up and down from the call stack to figure out how stuff is being called. This is... I'm not really sure if that's in the scope of this video. I'm already recording for 20 minutes, so I guess I'm not gonna cover this in the video. So if you guys want to see that, and if you guys want me to explain some more in-depth stuff, then make sure to leave comments. But yeah, so let's actually disable this breakpoint. I guess what I didn't explain is how do we use this. So if you want to step over the code line by line, you can use these elements here. The one that I usually use is the step over. There's also step into when you want to step into some kind of a function. So let's just go through something here. We can see some event listeners. We can go step into to step into the function. There's no function here. We can see that something is being defined, so some kind of a function here. But yeah, so basically step over steps over a function, steps into goes into the function, and then you can analyze the function from within. This is the step out, and step out basically just steps out of a function. And this one is step, so I'm not really sure how it differs from step into. Somehow it differs. You can also click here to disable the breakpoints, and yeah, all that stuff. Pretty cool. And then there are some things that I didn't explain yet. So for example, if you want to modify some JavaScript here, let's say I want to add something here, we have something called overrides. So let's just click on select folder for overrides, go to documents. I have this folder Chrome overrides. I'm going to select it, allow, and then as we can see here, we are putting our overrides in this folder. So to create an override, you can just basically go to any JavaScript and just edit it. Basically, that's it. And just console.log, hello. And then what's going to happen here is your edited JavaScript is going to go into your folder, and then you can just basically easily debug the JavaScript or change some part of a code. And then if we just Control S to save, we can see at overrides, we save this index. So if I refresh the page, if the function that I typed here is going to execute, then in console we should see hello. We don't really see that. I guess we can... Which JavaScript file was the one that loaded something for me? Was it this one or not? I think it was something here. Yeah, this thing should be called. So if I disable the breakpoint here, not really sure what's happening here. Sometimes Chrome is really buggy and not many stuff is being loaded, or some stuff is being just broken. Not really sure how to fix stuff here. But yeah, right now it's not being executed. What if I hard refresh the page? I'm being on this breakpoint. Let's continue. Yeah, and we can see some hello being printed here. So yeah, this is just some ways to debug the JavaScript. We also have some workspaces. And then we have the snippets, and snippets are basically just reusable code. So test one, and I can create a snippet. For example, I don't know, maybe I want to add something to the page. So do document.write, hello. And then I can just save the snippet, Control S. And then to run the snippet, you can just Control Enter, and then as you can see, change the page to hello. What you can also do is, let me just modify the, I guess this snippet to say console, I don't know, maybe just alert 1. And then I'm just going to save this. What you can also do to run snippets is something pretty cool not many people know about. If you click on Control O, it is going to open a command palette for Chrome. And then in the command palette, you can go to some JavaScript files from the sources tab. I don't know, there's some kind of dom.js. Those are from the extension. As you can see here, if we go to this index, it's from overrides. Let's actually go to Wikipedia, just to showcase this. Control O, and if we scroll down here, we should see some, yeah, for example, this is from Wikipedia, as we can see down here. If we click on this, we go to the JavaScript, so that's pretty cool. There are other commands that you can do. If you type in question mark, you can go to symbol, go to line, run snippet. And that's what I wanted to show you, is that you can just do this, run snippet, and it says 1 because it's run the snippet. That's pretty cool. Not really sure what I can showcase else here. There are a lot of stuff. If I missed something, or if you want to know something, I'll leave a comment. And yeah, that's it for the sources tab. Then let's move on to the network tab. Network tab, probably, as you know, is just a tab to look at network requests. So I can clear this, I can refresh this, and you can see that there are all the files being loaded. We can see the preview, we can see the response, we can see the headers being sent, some cool stuff. You can also right click this, copy as curl, copy as PowerShell. What I really like doing, not many people know this, but let's say I want to open this with all the cookies in Python script. So how do I do that? I can just right click here, I can copy as curl, and this just copies the curl command. Let's open this, and we can see this is the curl command. And what I like to do is going to curl to Python, open this, paste in the curl command, and as we can see, if you want to script in Python, script.py. Yep, and as we can see, something is wrong here. Yeah, as we can see, it just converted all of that request to some Python code. So that's really useful if you want to copy everything, and for example with cookies or some kind of headers here. That's super useful. I really like to do that here. As we can see, we have some cookies here. But yeah, that's I guess that's it for the network tab, performance tab, memory tab. Memory, you can take some snapshot. I don't really use these performance memory tabs. Application tab also has all your cookies, so you can just go here and then examine everything that you have in your cookies. That's pretty useful. And then these two I don't really use, not really sure what they do. But yeah, another thing that I want to mention before ending today's video is something that Chrome implemented quite recently, and that is this AI tab, AI assistance. I guess I have to be signed in with my Google account, so I will pause the video and I'm gonna showcase this on another browser. And here I am logged into my other browser. If I go to the console here, and then I go to the sources, let's go to the page. I can expand everything. By the way, Alt plus click expands everything here. Pretty cool. And then let's say that I want to find, let's actually go to the elements, and then I want to find if where is this class being used. Not really sure actually if the AI can do that, but let's click on this AI window and then expand here, and it can just not really sure if it can do that. I selected the class here, and it automatically sees this div class. And can you find in JavaScript if this is being used somewhere? Let's see if it does something. I cannot directly search through JavaScript files. That's expected. But it can help you with identifying stuff, explaining how some kind of stuff from sources work. Let's say I select these lines. I think I can do that. I select these lines and then go here. I'm gonna create a new tab and then explain how the selected lines work. Not really sure if it can see the selected lines. But yeah, it can just see the JavaScript files and it can see all the files, and it kind of helps you. I don't really use it a lot, it's good to use this if you don't understand stuff. It makes debugging really simple. But yeah, we can see here, wait for DOM readiness. So yeah, I don't think it sees what I have selected, but you can just ask it, what does this do, for example. What does this do? And then it will see in the JavaScript, and then it will say the line assigns the current value of HTML element identified by search language to inner text property. So that's really cool because it saw the entire context of the file, and then it just basically explained this to me. So if you don't understand something, definitely make sure to check out the AI tab. And that's probably going to be it for the video. If you guys want me to go more in depth, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.